Hey guys, I'm up at Gorgeware Creek. This is the first time I've been up here this fall season. It's nice to, it's a nice road to travel and stuff. It's slow and gravelly, but it's quite pleasant as far as the views and stuff. It's busy in this parking lot. I've never seen it like this. It's quite nice. I'm glad to see it's getting used, right? I mean, if things don't get used, then they're going to vanish. So yeah, it's really cool. All right, I'm in the purple one. Today I want to do Allsmoke. So I am here. I mean, you can see this is all the stuff I've accomplished from last year, right? So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to keep going up the old road. I'm going to go up 57, which last week I did. Like last week, that's what I did. I did that in a Scout, which is I'm very happy I did now. That's going to be really helpful. And then I want to go up 58B, and then I want to traverse from Allsmoke. Like, I'm not going right to the top of Allsmoke today. That'll be a different hike. I'll do this traverse here all the way to Volcano Ridge. And then I'm not entirely sure how I'll come down. Probably this way. Probably number 50. I think it's the most pleasant. But yeah, I can make that decision when I get there. I just saw two people take off on mountain bikes. You got equestrian parties. Yeah, there's people of all kinds in here doing stuff out of this trailhead today. All right, this is the first part of my day, the most boring part of my day actually, and sometimes that's the best way to go about it because you're just happy to get out into the sun, out in nature, and might as well do the boring part first, right? This is the old road that they closed. It used to be you could take this road, keep going, and join up with another entirely different valley in Kananaskis. But they decided to close down like, 7 kilometers or something. All right, know your trail, know yourself, know your gear. Myself, right now I'm recuperating between backpacks. I think I'm gonna do another backpack. Latest backpack I've ever done as far as time of year. But I wanted to get out here and do a bit of a thing. I don't want it to be all recuperation. I forgot my ball cap, so that's annoying for gear. I have my Garmin InReach, I have food, I have water, usual stuff. And then this trail, I know most of it. As far as I know, there's no issues with crossings or there's purely in the South Kananaskis, it is all about trail finding. I mean, oh, and here comes a mountain bike. It's actually a motorized, like a dirt bike. Never thought about that, but yeah, this road would be perfect for that. Are they even allowed? Who knows? This is, as far as I know, this is the longest I'm ever going to have to walk on this road. There is some more things I need to do that connect up to it, but it's not anywhere near as long as this. Walking on an old road it can be a little boring. It does have decent views though on this one, so it's just you can see a long way in front of you, right? And that makes for some pretty boring hiking. I finished climbing that hill. It's a pretty decent sized hill on that road. Now starting back down. Oh yeah, spread out before me. I think there was some logging in here last year. It's so you can see some new kind of fresh logging blocks. I think I'll actually see some pretty good evidence of that a bit later on this road. This is pretty normal stuff in the Kananaskis. Bunch of cows, right? They give out grazing leases here. They're pretty shy though, so I think they're gonna, oh yeah, there they go. Oh, they left you behind. Wow, abandoned. There you go, your buddies are over there. Oh, don't go down the road, that's not gonna help you very much. That's where I'm going. Silly cows, they're entertaining me. They all go down here and now they're just mooing up a storm. Of course, now they're doing nothing now that I've started talking and fired up the camera. Why don't you morons just come in here and wait for me to go by? Whew. Oh, they're in there someplace. Okay. Maybe they're not morons. Maybe they actually did find a place to stand aside until I get through. Sillies. Yeah, they're just down here. See? It's okay. I'm just a hiker moving through. You should be used to me by now. Used to guys like me. I remember this. There's absolutely 100% zero reason for this to be here. It's such a strange sight. I mean, an old bridge. There's no... I mean, why would it be... Yeah. Maybe it was down there. I think this is 56A. I think this is that connection. Maybe that bridge was down there, but why did it get dragged up here? Most of the time, old bridges are just cast aside, right beside where they used to be. All right, here's the old pullout for the old days. People used to go in here and go hike up Volcano Ridge. I'm gonna keep going. This is, I mean, this is still more road. It's about 2.5 kilometers to Trail 57, right? That I just was at the intersection like a week ago. This is still old road, but at least I haven't seen this part yet, right? We got just one singular cow hanging out over here. Culverts. This road was decommissioned like maybe 15 years ago, and look at this. And then you'll go on to like roads that were like 40 years ago, and you'll still find culverts on it, still functional, still doing their thing. Kind of interesting. Different mindset for these cows. They don't care. This one at least stood up. But yeah, he's like, eh, whatever. You're not gonna do nothing. The other cows couldn't get away fast enough. I've never, ever seen that. Okay, we had like 5 cyclists come through, and one of them was on like this fat tire unicycle. What the hell? A unicycle. I've never seen that before. That was super cool. Oh my God. Unicycle. There's an old post. There's a bit of a trail, probably from the cows, going into this freshly logged area. You definitely get the sense that there's an old trail there from God knows when. Now that's been logged, so you'd have a hell of a time trying to follow it. Definitely in new logging areas. The road, they still haven't used this part of the road yet because it's not been refurbished or anything. Obviously logging trucks have not gone down this, but all that's all, this is all fresh logging. There you go. There's where the road has been refurbished, used for logging. We've got a bunch of fresh new logging roads in here. Logging is a mixed bag. I mean, if it wasn't for logging, a lot of the trails that we have now we wouldn't have. A lot of them were old logging roads. And I mean, you know, plastic is bad, oil is bad, even mining has certain things. You gotta build our stuff we need out of something. I mean, I preferred if they didn't log in the Kananaskis, but I think logging is one of the only ways forward that we have. So I've talked about this a few times in my old videos. I won't bore you with that crap now, but you know, it's a bit of a necessary evil. One thing I will say that gets me a little bit, look at all the trees that are down that they didn't use. Like, why aren't these useful for anything? This is the most modern logging we have now, right? And they have left a lot of old timber. Oh well. All right, I don't know what that was, about 6 kilometers or so. See this bridge over here? This is Trail 57. The current volume of the Kananaskis Trail guide claims there's a sign here saying no motorized vehicles, but well, at least the first time I came through here I didn't see anything. What are you? Nope. So that seems to be gone now. It's not even on the ground anymore. Sheesh. This fence is new, like the gate is anyway. And this was so bloody tight, I actually had to come and undo this and give it a whole bunch of slack just so I could get it back on. I mean, holy crap. Phew. All right, well, that took like 5 minutes to get through. This is Ware Creek. Like I said, at the car, I scouted all this. I was just down here like a week ago. This is an old road, and it's a perfect example actually of, you know, an area that was logged and the road is left behind for us to use for decades to come. I'm gonna have to cross Ware Creek like 4 or 5 times before I get to 58B, where I start to climb, but it's all rock hops. All right, crossing's over here. I've decided to go off trail. I'm gonna try a little bushwhacking, see if I can avoid a couple of crossings. Just a quick little experiment. I know that it's like crossing. It literally is not even 100 meters, so let's see. Ooh, check out the bones. Cool. There you go, it was easy. So in the Kananaskis Trail guide, it says that you can't, Trail 57, it says that, I believe it's crossing 6, 7, and 8, you must do. I just finished skipping 6 and 7 with a pretty easy, simple bushwhack. So there's that. Well, coming from the other direction, I didn't have any problems with all this. But from here, coming from that direction, I think you would. I think there'd be some issues. I mean, I came through this, and then there's the trail going up the other side. It's really not that visible. So people would just keep going through here. There's no tape, there's no nothing, right? Anyway, this is the last rock hop. I'm gonna climb up a hill and then come back down, and then I gotta cross another little creek, and then I'll be at the 58B trail. Starting to get a bit of views. When I came through here the first time, it was full of smoke. So yeah, it's nice to get the views now on a clear day. I believe this is Ware Creek. And then here's another creek that goes down and joins up. And you gotta cross this one. All right, now here's a meadow. In the book, you cross through the meadow, go down to the creek, and then you climb up beside the creek, like on this side of the creek. There's no trail there. There is a trail that goes up from the meadow. And if you look at the map in the book, that trail actually shows coming down to the meadow. So I think that's it, right? I think that's 58B. So that's what I'm gonna try. The actual 57 that keeps going, you can see it right here. It's not easy to spot. This 57 trail is deteriorating, right? It doesn't seem like anyone's taking care of it. There's no flagging, there's no fresh cuts, there's no equestrian activity, you know, there's no fresh horse dung or tracks or any of that. So who knows how that's gonna keep going in the future. All right, I gotta be really careful here. I could easily lose this track if I lost it now. So the meadow is here, the tributary is over here. It says the track follows the tributary for 1 kilometer. You come up the meadow and you see this, but there's, I mean, it's a cow area, right? So I don't think I want that. I think I want to get back down over here get as close to the tributary as I can and find some kind of trail. I want to say on Jillian's trail, all right? Jillian Daffrin, the woman who wrote the Kananaskis Trail guides. There's the tributary, and here is pretty decent looking trail. So here we go. I mean, when I say decent looking, it's honestly kind of crappy, but this is the Kananaskis for you, man. You will find this is normal. This is a route. I also think this is an old road. Like, there's been out of the hill here, there's been this kind of carved, and then there's a flat part. To me, that's an old road. That's usually what they look like. You get kind of that unnatural carving out of the side of the hill. It's quite nice forest out here. There's old roads, and yet you can't really see like old evidence, like old stumps, like 50, 60, 70 years old of logging. Maybe it was just exploratory, trying to figure out good places to dig up coal or something along those lines, right? All right, we got a big, what looks like an old blaze in a tree, which is really the first one I've noticed. And then you got trail here, and I think something up here. So this might be the split. This is showing us about 800 meters away. It's supposed to be kilometers, so this would be pretty close. I was looking at Maps.me, and then I noticed that actually the trail that goes down the ridge shows on Maps.me, which means it shows on all the rest of them. And it's actually just up here 100 meters. So I think, yeah, we'll see. Maybe this is a split. Maybe the split is actually down there. Okay, that split was just up there, and I descended, and it says cross the northwest fork. So here's a little bit of water. And then over there, that's the main tributary. Look how pretty that is with the rocks. So I think that was the split up there. Now I'm gonna cross this, and let's see what happens. Perfect. I'm climbing right on a ridge right in between the two creeks, just like the book says. So there's that creek, and here's the one that I kind of crossed. And now we climb. So it's awesome when it actually works out the way it's written down. Okay, I don't like where I've gotten to. According to the book, you go up until it kind of breaks left, and it sort of did, and then it really turns left, and then it gets level. At this spot, transfer to a trail that keeps going up the East Ridge. The East Ridge is sort of over there. I kept following this old road, kind of came in here, and now you can see, you know, breaking the trails, and there's still like trail that keeps going on that way. That's the wrong direction, and it's starting to descend. I think that's wrong. This transfer to a good trail, I think I missed it. I think it's back here someplace, because I need to keep going that way. I definitely don't want to descend and go that way. So I think that old road is, yeah, I think I need to go back over here a bit. Okay, well, I've been walking above the road. It kept going over there. That's where I last filmed. I'm supposed to keep following this ridge. Keep climbing it. Here it is. And here's a road of sorts. I think this is the good trail. I mean, look at it. All right, why? That turn left and go to a flat spot. You know what? Just keep heading up the East Ridge like this. I think that's the way to me, that's a better explanation, but you know, this is clearly a road. I mean, look how wide it is. Well, lots of work, but it's really easy to follow the trail. Just carrying the camera off. I don't know if this is an old cut line. It's very straight. And then there's another trail that goes here, and there's even some old trail work. So I'll take this one. I'm glad I didn't take that like cut line, because that seems to pop out down there. And I think I'm on the correct trail, and it's up here. So be kind of lost if you went up that way. Phew. Lots of climb on this bad boy. Well, this just keeps going and going, but it is like a reasonable climb, right? A reasonable gradient, as Jillian put it. I think I missed that area where you have a shot of the upper ridge, but that's all right. Just keep hammering here. There's pretty good ways to go. Oh, I put the whammy on myself. Look how steep this is now. Woo! There's so many old prospecting roads and stuff. Look, to me, this is clearly another old road. Oh, I gotta finish climbing this though. Shale and bunchgrass shoulder, finally. I thought I'd missed this. Clearly not. Oh, I'm finally starting to get at least a peek at what I've been climbing over. Nice, 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 nice. Whew. I think this is Gleason's Meadows Hill, which I also did that about a week ago. Oh. Whew. Oh. All right, keep on trucking. All right, that little patch was down here. You get back in the trees and like 5 minutes later, another patch. Oh. Oh, wow. This is the ridge I'm trying to get to. Clearly not all the way up there, but I've done a lot of climbing. Oh. Nice. Pretty normal stuff. You come up here, you enjoy this, you have a can of pop, and then you whip it into the woods because it's just too heavy to bring down again. Pretty much historical now. It's all white and yeah. That's what I find when I go looking for the trail in here. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, the book just says pick up the trail again in the trees. That's easier said than done in this. I don't think it'll be that hard to find though. There is a waypoint that she says where the trail quits, and I think it's probably up this. And it is in that direction, according to my phone, so yeah, it's as good a way as any. Frankly, I don't really want to go back in trees. I want to enjoy this. Yeah, looks like some wonderful walking to me. Okay, I walked back. You know, Jillian talks about it's pretty hard to do this trail the other way, like to come from here and come down. Even I came back here and I'm looking down in this and I still couldn't see the trail. You can't see it till you get about here-ish. That's really hard to find. So, okay, I'm gonna flash up a picture that I just took on screenshot of Maps.me. That'll give you that'll give you the coordinates, the GPS coordinates of this spot, or at least what my phone says this spot is. And then you'll have a shot of finding this trail if you want to do it in the opposite way. Otherwise, good frickin' luck. Look at this, you know, clear track going up there. It's actually not hard to find. A little bit surprising. We're climbing. Okay, I came from down here. I think this is where the trail splits. So in front, it kind of looks like there's a trail left, and it kind of looks like there's a trail right. It's all sort of, you know, kind of, sort of. I mean, where do I go here? Yeah, I don't actually really see. No, I think I'm just wrong. I think, yeah, it just kind of stops. It just kind of stops right here. Where does this go? Okay. Now I think it sort of goes up here. It's really getting tricky. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, maybe up here. Okay. Yeah, this is just quite open, and I mean, what do you do, right? Maybe up here. Well, here's sort of a top. It's really hard to figure out what's going on here now. Everything could or could not be a trail. Seems like I'm at the top of the ridge though. Like, yeah, over there. Going back this way. I don't know. I would like to get to where Jillian says to stop for 56B. Oh, here's a nice open area over here. Let's go see this. All right, here's the stuff. Okay. I think the peak of Allsmoke is over here, maybe over here-ish. And another day I will go to Ware Creek trailhead. I'll come down here, I'll go up Allsmoke, I'll come over here, and then I'll come and I'll find my trail that I marked on my phone, and I'll go down 58B. But today, I think this is as far this way as I'm going to go. I'm going to turn around and start walking down here to Volcano Ridge. Well, starting along what's called Volcano Ridge on the maps, Jill really didn't have much to say about it. Describes it a bit. It's easy to walk through, clearly. You just gotta walk the correct direction. There is a hump that she describes. I think I'm gonna go down here where there's kind of a break in the trees. She puts a waypoint on there for that, and I have transcribed that into coordinates and put it on my phone. So that does give me something to aim for anyway. Been following a bit of a nature trail. Maybe it's an old road. You come across like such a curious sight. Someone they chainsawed up really small, right? And there's an old rock ring. There's no water anywhere near here, and there's no view. Oh, there's no views, I was about to say. Look, what the heck are you from? Oh, there's an old can too, a couple old cans. All right, so you made a rock ring. You chopped up pieces of wood really small, used up a bunch of extra chainsaw gas you didn't need to, and then left it here. Well, that makes perfect sense. And for some reason, I don't know. Such a curious thing to come across, you know? You're just like, what is the story? Oh, here's a bit more. Old metal. Yeah, was there an old cabin up here? Is there a footprint around here? Definitely got the sense that there was a road. See the little break in the trees here? But it's really, really grown in now. So there was a road. It went up here, and there's that old campground, and maybe this was just clear. So then it would have been amazing, an amazing view, like 60, 70 years ago. But now it's just some old road. I don't even know what's down this direction. That's out in the middle of nowhere. That is, yeah. Anyway, I definitely don't want to go that way. I want to go down here somewhere. I gotta find myself a pretty decent trail. Well, this is gonna be a real guessing game. I came out of here, and then you keep coming to like T intersections. So do I go right or do I go left? And then I got to keep going this way. Got to be super careful. It's a nice wide ridge, which means that you don't entirely know, like, if you're walking off the ridge or not. I mean, if you're walking downhill, maybe you're supposed to be walking down, right? I mean, the entire ridge is going downhill, but maybe you're actually walking down one of the sides of the ridge. So you get a clearing like this. It looks like an old road. And yeah, I mean, what's it going to lead me to, right? This is not really the right direction. I want to turn right. So It's just, I see a little clearing over there. It's a total, yeah, just a straight up guess game, you know, just trying to find a good way to get to where you want to go, like the right direction. But there seems to be no clear cut way. You're just sort of, yeah, another little clearing, you know, like, yeah, like, man. Okay, well, this is the way I want to go, and right now it's clear through the forest, so just carry on. Well, this whole area over here, I don't really know. You'll access that from kind of Ware Creek, that sort of area. You can get in here. Come to a big open area now with more perplexing things going on. I'll show you. Okay, so a big wide area. Someone decided it needed to be even wider. There's a whole bunch of cut stuff over here. This is old, and they didn't use the timber for anything. They just cut it. Like, like, again, I don't. Why? Just why? Look at it all. They just cut it down and walked off. So strange. So weird. Well, I thought I might be walking along a ridgeline this whole time, but this is the direction I gotta go. So I gotta go down and then up some more and then down some more. Ridgelines, they're not as, sometimes they're beautiful, flat. Well, this one certainly does have some views, even if it is all fairly forested. But a lot of times it's a lot of work, right? Down, up, down, up, down, up. All right. You can see there's a bit of a rock band here, so I'm gonna have to maneuver around and just try to find a good place to climb up that. It's obviously not perfectly climbable everywhere you go, so. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Found a bit of a trail, I think primarily a nature trail, showing me the way. Turn around, look back. You can see it's kind of cool. Yeah, this is one of the meadows I was talking about with the trees. You can see you could explore around in here a little bit if you wanted to. Nothing super spectacular, but it is kind of fun. At first it was a little stressful in those trees. Not that stressful really, but now it's just kind of fun. I went back in the trees again. I gotta go up over this, but yeah, it's I'm enjoying it. I'm not working too hard. I'm not it's not mentally too tough trying to figure out where to go. It's just a nice, delightful day. Not too much wind, not too hot. Perfect fall day. Well, Jillian talks about a top. It definitely is this one, because the one that I marked on my phone is 300 meters away. Look for a trail up the middle. And then there's instructions for coming down the other side, so. Well, I have zigzagged my way across what oh, Jesus. I was literally just about to say I couldn't find a trail. I don't know, but this is the middle. This is sort of, maybe sort of the rightish, leftish, hiker leftish. Okay, well now I found a trail. Let's head up this thing, finish it off. I was like zigzagging through the woods. Now I got to the top of whatever this is. Bit of a strange one actually. Is for something that really isn't very high in the air, there's an awful lot of rocks. And they haven't budged or moved in a long time, clearly. The trail that I found didn't help me much. It was gone pretty quickly actually, so Now it's just a matter of finding my way off this thing, which is supposed to be a bit tricky, which is actually all the instruction there is. It can be a bit tricky, but that's it. And then I gotta make my way to Volcano Ridge, like what shows as like the summit of Volcano Ridge. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it takes a long time for that green stuff to grow on these rocks. All right, I'm headed that way. Well, this is another big, not big, but it's a down and up again. And then I think I have one more, and then that will be Volcano Ridge. That will finally be the prize. I think that little point there is Volcano Ridge, and behind all this, it's a lot of work connecting Allsmoke and Volcano. My God. Clearly you can see I've gone too far to the right. You know, I kind of walked over here from there when I saw this. This gives you a good idea, you know, a clearing will give you a good idea what's going on. I want to go over there and then walk up that. I mean, there's no point doing pointless. Like going down even farther is pointless, right? Who wants to do that? When you're descending on a ridge, that is, honestly, it's outright dangerous, because if you get too far right of your track or you get too far left of your track, suddenly you are, without knowing it, you are descending down a side valley, right? Like one of the little, you know, something that's, you're descending off the ridge and you could be ending up in somewhere that God knows, like really, really just lost. And the only way you would figure out your way back is to climb right back up. Most of us aren't inclined to do that. So we do stupid stuff instead. We try to find another way. Like I said, it's like actually kind of dangerous. A ridge, descending a ridge, like trying to hit the coal where you go back up, that's a big screw up moment, man. It's really easy to mess that up. I'm still trying not to. I'm being careful, but yeah. Okay, the goal is to be walking towards Volcano Ridge, but not descending anymore. All right, so kind of a flat area, and I think I have found it. You're in the trees, you don't have any, you have no way to know, right? You just kind of know what direction you're going because you have a phone or a compass. All right, here's a bit of an open space. I can see my goal in front of me, and I can see that this descends, and there's a bit of, I can see trees just sort of peeking out over here. So if I keep going straight, I'm going to descend into God knows where. Here, I'll keep going along here. Make sure I don't descend this way. Okay, awesome. I think I've got this thing. You know, I'm clearly in the correct, this is the ridge, right? I didn't ended up down there. Yeah, I can see clearly where I want to go, clearly where I don't want to go. Coming around like this. This is an unexpected little viewpoint. All right, down and up. All right, climbing back up. The forest is taking a bit of a turn for the much more mossy, but still not too bad to bushwhack through. Just going in general direction, and climbing is good. Oh, look at this. Nature trail. All right, I'll take that. All right. The trail came up to a ridge, like a very clear ridge, and now it's just climbing straight up. Perfect. Oh, I've got to be close. It just keeps coming. Just keeps going and going and going. Oh, you can see I came down to that meadow there. That's where I kind of got my bearings. And I worked my way all the way across and came over here. Still not done. Oh, that's gonna be good. Oh. Okay, bring it on. This appears to be a false summit, but I mean, now I can see where I'm going, so. Oh. Oh. Woo. Okay. Climbing through the trees. Oh man, that is tough. Climbing on this, you can see what the top is, you can see where you're going. At least you can see maybe it's a false summit, but you can see something to strive to. So much easier. Here we go, Volcano Ridge, baby. This is the summit. Woo! That's where I was standing earlier. Woo! Phew! Oh, there's what I just did. A lot of it. I didn't go right up there. That's Allsmoke, but quite a bit of it. I think when I do Allsmoke from A and head down to B, that'll actually be a much easier day. Phew. Okay, well, this guy here is South Volcano Ridge. That's where I want to get to now. Once I get down just below it, I'll be on trail I've seen before, so that's always nice. You only want to do, you only have so much appetite for blasting and figuring out new trails, so it'd be nice to, yeah. Anyway, first thing, I got to get down off this guy. Really, the first thing is I got to find the trail off it. I mean, this is, yeah. Can't figure out any kind of trail in this stuff. Well, a little bit of a pickle. My preparation for this in the car, I did not take a picture of this hike. I didn't realize that this hike was on a different page. You know, the traverse from Allsmoke to Volcano Ridge, the description ends up there. So, I mean, I know South Volcano Ridge quite well. I know where I'm going. I just gotta find a trail down here. There's also a trail on apps, on Maps.me, so that's good. I think I am about to find a trail here. I think it's just about to come into the woods. So this is a much more popular trail. I mean, what I was just following for the last, I don't know, 2 hours, that wasn't a trail at all. That was just a route. You kind of find your way through right on your own. What do we got here? This, yeah, this looks like a, yeah, this seems like a pretty obvious trail. I'll see if I can find some footprints or whatever, but yeah, I think I'm on the right track. Beautiful. Even though the sun is smashing me in the face, and I don't have my ball cap, this is, I mean, I haven't had much of views today, right? It seems like a lot of it I've been hiking in trees and trying to find my way around. And well, this is delightful. This is pretty nice. I'm in luxury now. This is so easy. A real trail? My God, a real trail. Yeah, quite nice. There's South Volcano Ridge now. That's the angle I'm at. Down, 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 down on tired legs. Just take it easy. Take it easy on the knees. Well, I've done a couple hikes down here, just kind of walking around, and I thought about going and doing Volcano Ridge like quickly, but like this, I'm glad I didn't, because this part here is just up. It's fairly, you just go right up this thing. Probably doesn't look that bad on video, but yeah, that's that part there is pretty merciless. Okay, that's a bit of a high point. A couple of cairns are built. You come down this, you climb up here. It's quite the view of Volcano Ridge, the summit. It's all laid out for you. Here's exactly what you're gonna do. Phew. Well, I did it. Certainly took a long time. This is the trail up here. It really isn't too visible at first. But I did it. I'm just gonna walk up here and I'll chit chat with you a bit more. All right, that's the South Volcano Ridge summit. I've stood in this spot many times and I've come up every single way. This is probably the last time I'll be here until I start redoing things. If you don't have much daylight left, down that way, get to that main road, and then you can walk down that thing on the dark, right? There's 4 ways out of here. There's that way, you can walk a little farther here, and there's another way, and then you have to climb over the watershed. Climb up this one. To me, that's the obvious choice. You climb up there, and then you walk along that beautiful ridge with this view. Right? I mean, you have to climb something and get out of here. There's just no escape. You go down there and then you climb out the watershed. You go down to the road and then there's a hill on the road. You go down here, you have to climb up again and then you go down that way. So anyway, to me, there's a trail going up to the left of this guy. And to get to the top of that, to me, that's the obvious way. Look at that. I've come a long ways today. This puts things a little bit into perspective. Oh. I think this here is Allsmoke, the big one, and right in front of it, that little clear spot right there, I think that's where I broke out when I first was climbing. It's kind of neat. It's neat to see back where you were. I have a video talking about this trail already when I did it the first time. Just a quick recap. This is called the Protest Trail. And they shut down that road over there. They kind of shut down one of the easier ways to go do Volcano Ridge. So they decided to build this trail in secret pretty much. And it's kind of the easier way. It's also a very, very pretty way. I quite like it. This is the trail. I really should just stay on it. It's a bit of a mystery trail, maybe an old deer trail. I don't know, man. You can look at this. It's clear. Old chopped tree, another one. This is some old trail. Come on, man. How can I turn down? This is kind of going the direction I want to. Not really, but kind of. How can I turn down a mystery trail? I guess I haven't had enough of bushwhacking and... Look, someone cut this. This is a reel in here. This is really some old cut line or something. So, hey, you know. It says at the top, shell. So is this supposed to be like, no idea. I'm quite surprised to see shell on top of that thing. Was this prospecting for gas in here once upon a time? I don't know what I'm hoping to find. I'm just an old trail whore. Just a trail junkie. I'm thinking there's like some pot of gold on one of these trails. I don't know. Well, the trail went down into a gully and I kind of lost it. And then I climbed up the other side thinking I saw kind of a hole in the trees and I can't find it. So now I'm on a totally different ridge than Volcano. I'm on some random ridge beside it. And I'll just kind of work my way down here. It's pretty easy to bushwhack through this forest. So I found it again. It's just a stupid cut line or something, but yeah, you know. Maybe I will find a pot of gold. Who are you to say that I won't find a pot of gold? You know what they say about cut lines, and I've said this before too. It could be a sheer drop off down there, and cut lines don't care. They don't care at all. So yeah, and that looks like it's getting pretty steep. I think I'm gonna start heading that way, and wherever I pop out, I pop out. I know there's trails converging in front of me all over the place, so. Well, I just happened to get to the exact end of a drift fence. There's no sign of it up here. Well, pretty sure the trail is about 100 meters down here, so soon enough I'll be out of it, even if I keep going this way, which is not a direct line, but pretty good. Okay, and back on trail. I probably would be almost at the car if I hadn't decided on that little flight of fancy, but hey, you know, this is just what I do sometimes. All right, carry on. It's starting to get dark, actually. There's a cow up there losing his mind. Well, it's good that I know I have all the trails left. Might be dark by the time I get back to the car. I always enjoy this one. There's only a few nice views on the way back. I'll flash them up quickly for you, but yeah, this is a nice one. You can walk with this for a few minutes. Keep encountering cows. Last year, I don't think I ran into a single cow. I don't think they let them have grazing leases every year. Yeah. Well, it's gotten half decently dark now. My car and a truck. So maybe someone went all backpacking, or maybe they're not back yet. Anyway. Another big one hammered off. Lots. My God, there's so much out of this trailhead. There really is. But they're like 12 hikes or something you can do out of this trailhead. Yeah. Another big one down though, so things march along. Get out there and hike.